my lovelies. So we've got another card reading here. And if you've watched any of my other videos, I'd like you then to think of something you want guidance on, any sort of like questions you want answered, or maybe you haven't got a clue and you're just going to see what your message is from Spirit. So you've got card number 1, card number 2, card number 3. So it's up to you which card you pick. It might even be that all 3 cards resonate with you and you then pick up, a message from all 3. Now with me, when I do cards, by the way, my name's Linda Bourne and I'm from School of Spirit. With me, I use my intuition. I don't follow any books. I don't go by any rules about how you read, tarot necessarily. But when you use tarot, I'd like you then to think of protecting yourself, because with tarot, they're beautiful, they've got lovely energy, but you need to make sure that if you're doing a reading for somebody, that you're not bringing anybody grumpy in. So in which case, you can ask for Archangel Michael. You can then, ask for pink energy to fill up the room, and this then will help you. And also you can use things like crystals and that will bring in nice energy. If you want to know more about protection or anything like that, and connecting to spirit, then I do that on the psychic class, which is on my website, and I'll put a link, if you remember, at the end of this video. So here we go then. So this is card number 1. Right, this is about somebody taking on too much responsibility. And they can't see the wood for the trees, and they are not very good at delegating. And because they're not very good at delegating, this says to me that this person is a perfectionist and they like to do everything themselves, so they've got control. So again, if they've got control, they feel safe. So if they let go of control and start delegating, it makes them feel a bit vulnerable, and a bit unsure, and they might even think that somebody doesn't do a good job or as good as they do. But this person, if they're not careful, because they can't see where they're going, they're going to trip over. And more importantly, if they don't delegate and let go of some of the responsibility, they're going to become anxious, they're going to become stressed, and they're going to make themselves poorly. But it's like this person's in a rush, is like almost running, can't see where they're going, got so much, on their plate. And this is ridiculous. They can't keep going like that. They're not a computer, they're not a machine, and even computers need looking after. So this person needs to take stock about what they can release, let go, what they can then feel more comfortable doing themselves that nobody else can do, but some of the menial jobs or some of the jobs that people understand and know how to do, then they can do it. But they need to let go of it, certainly, because they're just heading for a fall. So this is card number 2. And even though it's got the Lovers, this card, I'm looking at it now, that the male energy, and again it could be a man or a woman, I know that looks like a man, but male energy, like I've told you before in my other videos, male energy to me is somebody that's analytical, logical, like computer-like, and female energy is somebody that goes through what they feel, they're intuitive, and very sensitive. So when you hear me talking about male and female, you know what I mean. So the male energy of the partnership, I feel that they're a little bit angry. They've got like fire behind them. They need to then be forgiven, shall we say, or to forgive somebody else, because the hands out like that, it's look, you don't understand me. Look, I'm angry. Look, listen to me. Now the female side of the partnership, they then are listening, but they're not hearing. Because you see the hands are out, so it's like, I can hear you, but I'm not listening, I don't really care, my head's in the clouds, I've got other things to do, this isn't important. But I feel if they don't start talking to each other, don't start communicating, can you see this mountain behind? And it's got some, I don't know what you call it, clouds on the top. This could erupt. So this is like a warning for them to actually listen to each other, stop and, sit down, maybe go out for a meal together, and a talk together, rather than just thinking about work, looking after the kids, home life, whatever, you know, this relationship is going to burst, you know, not necessarily split up, but it's going to be, you know, not very comfortable, should we say, because it's going to erupt. So the female part of the relationship needs to let go of everything that's going around their life and concentrate on the other person and take stock. Because I don't like the snake behind. And by the way, my name Linda, actually if you look at the meaning of Linda, it means snake, but it also means pretty in Spanish, so I'm a pretty snake, a serpent, and they're nice in that as well. But to snakes, to me, represent about new beginnings, shedding skin. So I don't know if the female side of this relationship is almost thinking about leaving or separating, and that's why they're becoming a bit selfish and not thinking about the other person's needs. But I feel the two of you, whichever way it's going, need to talk to each other and communicate. And even if it means that you do have to split up, at least hopefully you can split up on good terms, and also then you'll have some understanding of the other person's needs. But the angels above, and I feel it's like an archangel, the angels above are trying to help because they've got the purple, which is to do intuitive and to help you then, you know, go with what each other's feeling. But also there's the sun behind, which is to do with happiness. But it's about the two of them communicating, you know, and they've got a choice of coming together to talk about things and to make it happy. Also then, if they don't, it's going to be like a volcano and erupt. Now this is a woman that can't make her mind up. Blindfold, you've got two decisions. Do they stay on the analytical and logical, on the land, or do they go with emotion and what they feel and what the heart's telling them? Excuse me. The heart's telling them. And this person's got two choices. I would suggest to this person to sleep on it and to find out what you then can analyse in your dreams, what intuitive you can feel, what you need to do. And you need to find balance between analytical and logical, in other words, the pros and cons, and also intuitive. And it might even be writing down a list, because sometimes you write it down on paper, you then can come to the decision better. But this person's blind at the moment, they're not making up their mind, and they need to make up their mind quickly. You know, and take the blindfold off and sort of like wake up and smell the roses. You know, and again, maybe write it down on paper, the pros and cons, sleep on it, and then just see what your heart desires. But I also feel that this person need not involve a lot of people. This person needs to make their mind up themselves and not get the influences of other people's opinions, because other people's opinions might then sway you one way or the other, which might be wrong. So keep things private, but write them down, the pros and cons on paper, sleep on it and see what you think in the morning. All right, my lovelies. So if you like this other card reading, then please like and subscribe. And I hope these messages have helped you, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care and God bless.